cities that were basically the target, and India's S400 air defense systems that were basically used last night. These missiles that were intercepted over Avantipura, Srinagar, Jammu, Pathankot, Amritsar, Kapurthala, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, Adampur, Bhatinda, Chandigarh, Nal, Falodi, Uttarlai and Bhuj using the drones and missiles. They were basically neutralized using the integrated counter-US grid and the air defense system. Now, there are more details coming in as far as the air defense system, that is the S400, and Major Samar Paltur, I'll come back to you. Now, as far as the Pakistanis are concerned, it's the PL-15 that we were talking about, the PL-15 missiles that were used. Now, these are Chinese-made missiles, and it turns out to be a complete dud. What's the possible reason?
Well, you see, Shravan, I think that due to the enemy's apprehension of our air defense systems, they have miscalculated the overall distance of the PLE, which is the export version of the Chinese missiles. So probably they have miscalculated the distances and the placements, and probably they were quite within the depth of Pakistan. So as a result, they were barely able to reach their targets and were intercepted midway over the international border.
Major 2, do we know where?
Indian territory.
Major 2, do we know from where were these missiles being fired, from which cities of Pakistan?
Probably I wouldn't be able to know that at the moment. I think Air Force, it is best that we shall wait for the Air Force debrief. But most logically, if you take it, it is going to be basically the group headquarters at, Bahawalpur and at Rawalpindi and Lahore. So these are the cities which usually have these missile systems in place. And most probably they've launched it from these locations into India against the Indian forces.
Well, a quick recap of what we know so far. The big news coming in at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Armed forces now confirming that Operation Sindoor is ongoing. In fact, Pakistan's 15-city plot has been completely failed. It is a clinical interception that has now been done by the army. S400. India's S400 has now been used to bring down Pakistani missiles. We can confirm that the Russian-made S400 was actually used late last night. Now, the chronology of events. Around 1 o'clock in the morning is when the missiles were launched from the Pakistani soil. In fact, their aim was to target the military installations in India, 15 cities. But important to point out here, Pathankot, that's the airbase that was being targeted by the Pakistanis. We are given to understand 15 cities. In each of these, remember, some of the Pakistani missiles that have been intercepted, we'll just put out those images and the CCTV footage. The CCTV footage that will actually show you the very moment when the interception actually happened. And remember, there were sirens that were blaring at that point in time. Late last night, we are given to understand several cities, particularly in Amritsar, where sirens were blaring when the interception actually took place. We're going to show you that interception, the details of the interception that has taken place. And if you see right now, can we also move to the other interception visuals that we have asked? We have got other visuals, the 7-second moment that we have basically captured on the CCTV footage right now, which will clearly show you the moment the missile was intercepted before it actually landed. So that's on your screens right now, the Pakistani missile that was intercepted. Can we just play that? Well, in fact, that's the very moment when the interception took place. In fact, there are other visuals, if we can once again show our viewers. Debris of the Pakistani missile was found this morning. In fact, you've had locals talking about the very moment when the sirens were actually blaring at that point in time and the interception actually took place. A clear reflection of the fact that a cornered Pakistan is now resorting to their old tactics of targeting military installations. What we have targeted through Operation Sindoor was mainly terror facilities across Pakistan, particularly in Punjab and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. 9 precision strikes that have taken place. Now, as a result, what we have seen that Pakistan has responded by indulging in cross-border firing. Number 1, at the international border, number 2 at the line of control. Now, there have been intensive cross-border firing that has actually taken place. As a result, we have lost 16 innocent lives. Not just that, we've also had a Gurudwara that has attacked by the Pakistanis. Our senior legal editor is also joining us right now. Ridhim Anand Bhardwaj is joining us from the studios. Ridhim, the other important details emerging is how the Pakistanis have targeted a Gurudwara in Poonch, whereas